Right, day 3 breakfast. Noodle soup. Soba noodles, so buckwheat noodles. Plenty of broccoli, big stack of spinach, and a few little bits of tofu, cubes of tofu in there. And I have a little bit of veggie stock, onion powder galore, sriracha, and lemon juice. That's it. Yum, dig in. I was going to eat raspberries for dessert breakfast, but somebody else got their mouth on them. You like raspberries, don't you, Frank?
Beep, beep.
Boop, boop. I've just realised how unappealing this probably looks, but it's so delicious. And the cooler weather has just set in today. And so what better than a pile of yummy mash with peas, and I put mint sauce on top. And that's a bit of chipotle there. About probably half a teaspoon or a teaspoon. There you go. Yum. I'm not filming you, buddy. So Frankie's had olives and avocado, and now he's having mashed chips. And then we've got corn coming. So we're having a family crisis because Teddy has announced that he doesn't want potato or like potato. So he's having muesli instead for dinner. Doesn't like any of our offerings of corn or olives or avocado, and we don't have gnocchi. How's your muesli? With warm soy milk. Careful, that'll do. Evening Spuddies. It's been a variety. It's been chaos here. Anyway,
as usual,
been a variety of things happening. I'm making a big mushroom topping, basically stroganoff type thing, but not really, for some mash. So I've got frozen chopped onion, because I hate chopping onion, and it's just as good as, if you ask me. Well, it's probably not just as good, but anyway. Garlic. There's going to be lots of that. I've got heaps of fresh parsley from my mum's garden, and I have this gigantic spinach thing that is my pride and joy. And I just reach in and I go and get masses of spinach with every meal, and it's so good because I love it. And so I'll show you the end product. I've got to add water now. There's no oil. I just dry fried it in this pan, which is stone granite. But now I need to put a little bit of water in to do the mushrooms. I'm going to do a whole lot of mushrooms too, all these and that. Okay.
Oh, hang on, that was too fast.
Oh, sorry.
I want to see the
All
mushrooms.
these,
Yeah.
plus these already.
Yep.
I'm going to get around to it. So I'll be back.
All right.
Yep. So I've put in some beef stock. So it's plant-based stock, but it's got the flavours that you would normally put with beef. So I thought I wanted some depth. Not very much. It's only a teaspoon. Probably 2 teaspoons actually for this whole lot. So I guess that's a lot, sort of. Like if you're trying to go low salt, actually you talk about salt, Andrew.
Is now the time?
Or maybe not. I'll just get the rest that's
we'll
in.
talk
We'll
about
talk
it
about
later.
salt in a sec.
Yeah.
And I put in. I should add that I forgot to mention this is a jar of crushed garlic. I don't like some of them, but this is a really good one. And everything we do is about like convenience at the moment. So healthy food but convenient, because it can be just as convenient, if not more, than convenience foods, you know. And I put some smoked paprika in and a little bit of onion powder, because yes, I have a problem, but also it has a different flavour, onion powder, to just onion. So it's got that, and I'm going to put all this fresh parsley in now, and that should be it. Should be done. Oh, I found a rogue damashi that now isn't cooked, but anyway, we'll survive. There you go. That's it.
Yeah, you can use it for stirring.
So the parsley's in, and here we go with the spinach. Plop. More. Oh, I just love being able to. I hate these little packets you buy. That says on it serves 2, or serves 4 even, and it's not even a mouthful. So anyway, I actually got those. Sorry, the camera's everywhere. I got these at Costco. This massive tub, and we go through it in about 2 days. So that's good. Okay, yum. I'll show you the finished thing. And there it is, a slab of Andrew's mash with my mushroom thing on top and white pepper. I would have put cracked black pepper, but we've run out. And I like this stuff anyway. Yum.
Hello.
Hello. Andrew's here to talk about salt.
Yes. So we mentioned earlier about salt. I thought we'd cover that now. You sat on my hand. I'm not complaining.
Totally
It's fine
tried to
by me.
provoke me.
I just had my hand on the seat. Then he sat on my hand.
Where do you suggest I put my bum when I'm sitting?
Well, I don't know. I just think it was all planned. fine. If you want me to grab your bum, just say. I will happily do it.
Just talk about salt.
Salt. All right.
I might just add.
That was not an assault, by the way.
Let me start again. I was trying to get Andrew to do this video on his own because I'm like, every day I was like, do I have to like dress up for this social media situation? Because I know everyone gets dolled up and they all look fresh faced and everything, and I'm just like worn out from my children and from working too hard and never sleeping because, as Andrew calls it, it's my final frontier.
Well, that's why Spudfit's got the followers, because I'm always bothered to do myself up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you just look like a rose no matter what happens.
Up.
You always, it's ridiculous. And here's me going like an old crone in every video. Anyway.
We've been talking for 1 minute and 24 seconds about a salt thing
salt.
without mentioning salt.
Okay, start. Go talk about salt.
All right, so.
I'll hold up my bags. I'll do this duck face in the background. Maybe I'll do one day of like super made up.
Yeah, okay.
I scrub up all right if I really make the effort. All right. Okay.
People often, there's a lot of people that do the no SOS thing, so no sugar, oils, and salt. And salt's always a big one. I get lots of questions about salt. And the short answer is we're better off without salt. We're better off eating less salt. That's a good thing. Salt does contribute to... Sorry if I'm boring you. You asked. Salt does contribute to heart disease and various things that, we should be mindful of. If you feel good about cutting out salt, then do it. If you... we have not cut out salt entirely. We have greatly reduced our salt intake to be well below what the recommended daily intake of salt is, by simply adding salt when our food is served. And we don't always do that. We often eat without salt. But if we feel like having salt, then we do. And we do it after the food is on the table and plated up and ready to eat. Then you put salt on top. And the reason you do that is, what did you say?
Plated up is such a funny way.
Is it?
Like it sounds that's something that professional chefs say, and we just like.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
So when you put it on the food in that way, then the salt is the first thing to touch your tongue, and you get the full flavour of it. If you add salt during the cooking, then the salt sort of gets lost, and you don't really get the full flavour of it. And then when you serve it up, plate it up, then you end up adding more salt anyway. So if you don't do anything with salt until it's served and you add salt, then you get the full flavour of the salt and you don't really need more. And in that way, salt becomes a self-limiting thing. Because if you add too much salt, you can't eat it anymore. So you don't have to worry about how much salt you're having. If you do it in that way, you're most likely getting well below the recommended daily allowance of salt, and you're still getting delicious salty food at the same time. And on top of that, so if you cook in that way, you're reducing your salt. At the same time, if you stop eating, or at least greatly reduce the number of meals you eat out, and you stop getting takeaway food, stop eating at restaurants, then you're getting a lot less salt that way. If you stop eating prepackaged foods, you're getting a lot less salt. If you make your own foods instead of buying stuff in packets, and so all these ways will massively reduce your intake of salt. And in my opinion, you don't really need to worry about it more than that, if that makes sense. Last thing, if you are someone who sprinkling a little bit of salt on top means you're going to go nuts and you can't control yourself, well, you're better off cutting out salt. And if you're someone who has heart disease and you're trying to reverse a serious heart condition, cut out all salt. If you are just an average person who can do the things that I've described, then I think you can relax a little bit about it. That's my opinion.
Interesting, the word average there, because I think most people have a food addiction issue of some kind, at some level.
Yeah.
Because it's a spectrum, it seems.
I agree. Of all the people that I've worked with in a one-on-one basis, everyone's been okay with doing salt in that way.
Yeah.
Some people have wanted to get rid of it completely, and that's totally fine. But the people who have just tried it the way I just explained have all done it okay.
And the other thing is, if you're eating whole plant foods, the salt that's in that is very different to animal product like meat and dairy. Like there's just less salt.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I think we're better off. We are better off without salt. And you know, it's up to the individual. You're better off without salt, but it's also doing it in the way I described is no big deal.
No, and in the end, it's that same thing. If having a little bit of salt on top helps you eat this way instead of going out and getting Macca's at the last second because Macca. Does everyone say Macca's? Is that Aussie?
That's an Aussie thing. Yeah, Macca's is McDonald's.
Or similar.
Yeah.
Then you're way ahead. So
yeah. If having
be sensible, use your brains, apply this information to your own situation.
Yeah,
that's sort of the whole point.
There you go. We've talked a lot. We've talked a lot without saying much.
Maybe I should go to bed early.
There's an idea. That's better. That's going to bed early.
You've come around to my way of thinking.
More for you than cutting out salt. Go to bed.
Yeah, I know. We should talk about that sometime. We should get Shakul on to talk about the 5. What does he call them? The 5 pinnacles or the 5 things? Pillars of health. Sleep, water, diet, mental health.
Exercise.
Exercise. There's always one that I forget. It's usually sleep.
Hi, Shakul. Hi, Shamiz.
We'll get them on. Yeah, Shakul and Shamiz. I've only met Shakul. Anyway, bye. That's enough. Wow, so much talking. I thought this was a short one. I thought this was a short one. And I'm speaking fast too. Okay, bye. See you tomorrow.
Spot up.